Hello, fellow traders. Nutty Bar Trading coming to you. It is Monday, February the 26th. And as some of you were aware today, I did not stream today. Multiple reasons. So actually kind of both the reasons kind of combined is what made me decide, you know what, I'm not going to stream today. So last night I messed up. I didn't follow my rules and I blew up the streaming account. It is what it is. I'm disappointed. Um, Yeah, I just kind of went off the rails a little bit last night. Kind of did one of those pray and hold trades, and it did not work. They seldom do. But it was a bad trade. It was a bad entry. I'm just gonna show it here real quick. It was kind of it. It was bad on so many different fronts. Um, we actually had something planned. I actually entered this trade. We had like a really nice win on it. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to take one more trade. And at the time, we actually had to leave. We had something planned. So I literally enter this trade as I'm leaving. Why I did that, I have no idea. I was managing the trade then on my phone. Obviously, went into some pretty significant drawdown. My stop was right here. Um, and once I saw that it might hit my stop, I just went and moved it way further. And that's the rule that I broke. And I also went in with 2 contracts instead of just one. So I broke multiple rules and I paid the price. And of course, we get stopped out close to the bottom, the account blown. And I'm not sure it doesn't even matter, but it was a bad trade. End of story. We got to learn from it. Now we move on. I'm not gonna harp on it too much. It is what it is. This was the account that we were in drawdown. So I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive, but the way I entered the trade and the way I was managing the trade was just really dumb. So we'll try not to do that again. Anyway, moving on to today. So let's switch accounts here. So on my stream on the remaining 50K accounts, this is where we're at. We had a good day. I actually did trade some of this was traded then early this morning. But then I did actually trade. I was busy working until around 1:30, and then I did take some trades. It was actually this was pretty bad price action. I consider myself pretty fortunate to be green on this many accounts. I did a pretty good job with making sure I'm not buying breakouts. Today was one of those days where buying breakouts would just get you in a lot of trouble. So I was happy. I did pretty well this afternoon. Followed my rules. This one account is a little bit in the red. Actually, this account I was like $100 or so green. And this was the final trade. I was $100 or so green. Took one more trade, and it started going against me. And I was at one point like $400 in the red, and then it started coming back. It was one of those where it came back to green, and then it started going lower again. And that's when I just got out and called it a day, shut down the trading for the day. And I'm okay with where we ended up today, considering kind of how we started on Sunday night. So still very happy with where the accounts are at. I am focusing a little bit more on these accounts as they get really close to payout. We do now have 1, 2, 3 accounts at 2,400 in profit. So what do we need? We need like $200 more. I've gotten some questions from people on what I'm going to do, how much I'm going to withdraw, all that stuff. I'm not going to discuss it. We're not making those decisions until the accounts are actually above the threshold. I'm not going to jinx myself. And Hey, I'm going to continue. I do want to trade these accounts. We have a couple, of course. Yeah, these accounts here are, 2100 and just did not, I'm just not able to. One thing I'm noticing is throughout the day, in one day's time, I seldom am able to find enough trading opportunities to trade all of my accounts. Right now, usually I get to about 10 accounts or 8, maybe 8 accounts that I get to in one day, in one trading session. Which is okay. I'm totally fine with that, but I just continued to cycle through the accounts. And the goal is let's just keep on keeping on. Hopefully, yeah, I want to make sure I follow my rules and I don't do anything dumb. Again, it was unfortunate last night what happened, but again, it was one account and the damage is minimal, and I will be more than okay if we can get the rest of them to pay out, which my expectations are like from what do we have now? We have 17 accounts now. Um, we might lose a couple more. I don't know. I'm kind of setting the bar pretty low, just so I'm not too hard on myself. Sometimes I'm a little bit too hard on myself, and that's when the uh, the wheels start falling off. So even if we lose a couple more accounts and we get 15 accounts to pay out, that's a $30,000 payout. I will be more than happy with that. And again, how much we withdraw and what kind of cushion we leave, that is all stuff that I will decide once we get there. For now, the goal is once we get an account above the $2,600 threshold, I think for now the plan will be if once that happens, that account will obviously just stay there. And then once we kind of have all the accounts at the threshold, or, if we have some stragglers, then that might not be the case, but then we'll make the decision on how much to withdraw because depending how many accounts I get above the threshold will determine how much cushion I leave and how much I will withdraw. So those are my thoughts right now. And again, it is what it is. We will be back. I do still have quite a bit of work that I need to catch up on tonight. I'll be working late. It'll be a late night, but I do plan to catch up and I do plan to stream tomorrow again. And we will be back at it. And I guess we'll probably take this account here that is at the balance of 1900. That will probably be our streaming account. That is probably what we're going to use to go forward. And hopefully we can, I think what will really help me, sorry, I'm rambling. I know, I apologize. But one thing that I feel like mentally will really help me is just getting some accounts above that $2,600 threshold. It'll allow me to just kind of take a little bit of a exhale. I'll be honest, taking trades when the accounts are this close to that threshold, there is a different dynamic with taking trades on these accounts right now. And a lot of times requires me to be very, very patient. That I'm talking to myself a lot. So did okay today. I was very pleased with how it ended up and sticking with my trades and sticking with my risk parameters and my entries. I did really well today with not chasing breakouts. There were a couple times I was really close to pulling the trigger and I didn't. And then we had a really big pullback and that really helped me to make sure that I don't trade those breakouts. So anyway, enough rambling. Also, wanted to shout out and just say thank you to everyone for using my code through the 90% sale. Hopefully you all got enough evals. But yeah, thank you everyone for using my code. I really do appreciate it. And it really does help and support the channel. So, all right, that's it. Enough rambling. We'll be back. We'll be live tomorrow morning, 9:15. And let's do this. All right, everybody, have a great evening and God bless.